You're going to need a few things before you head out the door today, and that'll include a jacket and something warm to drink. The good news is we are going to have more sunshine throughout the afternoon, so that'll help us a little bit, and not too much wind. It'll really just be a light breeze, so really comfortable day. This graphic really telling the story of yesterday's active weather. Hundreds of storm reports, some over 5-inch totals. Look at Grant County, 7-inch rain totals in 48 hours. That's why we're seeing significant flooding. You're expecting to be gone from home for 2 weeks. How do you prepare? A couple of showers and storms possible tonight, but then high pressure moves back in, giving us a nice end to the weekend. It was in fact that wildfire smoke, and if you looked up, it just looked like a blue sky and some clouds, but looking off into the horizon, you could really see that haze. And between 6 and 8 o'clock, the snow going to spread across the area, and then between midnight and 6 a.m., that's when the heaviest of the snow is going to fall. That'll set us up for a very messy morning commute. If you're just standing out here, it is a little bit chilly, and that's going to kind of be reflective of what it's going to be like for game time. So let's get you that forecast.
And really made it to that nice weather.
Oh, it's here.
It's here.
We can celebrate. We had a little bit of a taste of it yesterday. Now it's going to stay. Underneath the snow, we have all glaze. It's all ice under there, making things very slick. And then Madison, Sauk City, Portage, Monroe, and West included in that yellow slight risk. And we want to know, how does hail form? Well, we know in a thunderstorm you have a rising air, and that lifts moisture up to a level where it gets cold enough to freeze. Now we have a weekend full of festivals and walks, so let's take you right to those forecasts. Look at these temperatures that we're waking up to. 55 in Stevens Point, 57 for Montello. Some days we want to be stuck inside. Yeah. Good excuse to not take care of the things we have to, right? Well, today's one of those days. You could say it's a little bit too gloomy to be outside doing those chores. We got a taste of some nice weather yesterday afternoon. The sun finally came out. Well, today it's going to return. Just a beautiful forecast for you as we wrap up our week. If your summer shorts and t-shirts are all you have handy this morning, dig around in the closet and grab a sweater, because it feels very different out here this morning. But these boys play hockey. Are you guys used to this? Yeah! They're being troopers. Everyone out here having a really good time. Now, not much of a change from 24 hours ago. This time yesterday morning, the air temperature was very similar in those mid-30s. That's where it is this morning. But the difference is we have a breeze today, that making it feel a little bit cooler. Look at those wind chills. Slightly lower totals possible if you head closer to the Illinois state border. Janesville, Monroe, and Platteville looking more in the way of 2 to 5. Still going to dry out. Really not too much wet weather here, which is good because we just have so much mud. We need to dry it up a little bit.
Yeah, that's a nice looking 7-day right there.
Couldn't ask for better numbers. And Brandon, I've looked around. It does look like a couple of those apple orchards are ready for us to come pick the apples and the pumpkins.
Now, 27 storm track weather with meteorologist Star Derry.
It is starting to brighten up out there. We're only about 10 minutes away from the actual sunrise, and it's just going to be a beautiful day. This will be what the sky looks like for most of the afternoon. Just going to see a couple of beautiful fair weather clouds puffing on by. Nothing that's going to bring any rain. That being said, grab a sweater because it's chilly. 40 degrees right now underneath that mainly clear sky, and Dew Point dry, 39 degrees. Temperatures in Stevens Point reading 34, 40 right now, in Montello 40 as well for Fond du Lac, and that's a lot cooler than 24 hours ago. So if you stepped outside yesterday morning and you were comfortable, just keep in mind it is a little bit chilly here on this Saturday morning. The wind not an issue. In fact, it's actually calm in many spots, and the dew points showing that we are sitting in some dry air. Those dropping into the upper 30s here this morning. Frost advisory to our north, and then rain to the west. But this is just going to continue to fizzle out as it heads toward us, so not actually going to reach us. Our satellite and radar are going to look like this all weekend long. Just a couple of clouds here and there, mainly just going to be sunny, and no rain for us here in southern Wisconsin. Futurecast agrees, but it does keep us cool here. Look at 11:30. We're still stuck in those 50s. Finally get into the 60s by lunchtime, and then this afternoon, this only brings us into those mid-60s, but I think that we could get a couple of degrees warmer than this shows, maybe into those upper 60s. Tonight then, of course, we dive back down into the 40s, so you can leave the windows cracked for a couple of hours, let in some fresh air. Today's high temperature, 67 degrees. Just a beautiful fall day. Definitely make some time outside because we're going to have plenty of sunshine It'll be seasonable, so really comfortable with just a light breeze. And again, tonight also very comfortable. Could leave those windows cracked for a couple of hours because then we are going to drop into those 40s. So it'll be a chilly start to tomorrow morning again, but we are going to warm a little bit more for your Sunday. Look at that high temperature, 70 degrees. So it'll feel a little bit milder, really comfortable, and then just a light breeze. So a picture perfect weekend for us here. There's that extended forecast. It will be a little bit breezy tomorrow, and then that wind kind of going to stick with us for a couple of days. But what that means for Monday is we are going to pump in some warmer air. Look at those highs back into those mid to upper 70s. So warm for the season, warmer still by a couple of degrees on Tuesday. And then our next chance for some much needed rain is going to be Tuesday night, and then a better chance to have a stormy day on Wednesday. Cooling back off though by this time next weekend.